Good evening, everybody. Matrix here, and here is my watch list for December 20th. All right, what a day! What a day for the Fed speak to come out. I mean, once it came out, basically the market tanked. It was beautiful, glorious. Unfortunately, I missed it. I did not trade today. Um, I I went out with a friend and had a nice chat with her, and we were talking a lot about trading. So that was fun. Anyways, here is my watch list. Let's take a look at the futures right now. We are gapping down from close. Right here, it's looking very weak. Um, Currently, I was watching the futures right here at about once it opened at 12 a.m. And the thing I notice is uh, when the Fed speak happened, the the whole market basically collapsed from there, and then it did this pattern, and it had a little double top here at this key resistance area, and then basically it chopped around, and then after hours it slowly rolled back up, and it held that level, and it faded down that way. Okay, as you can see right here. So tomorrow uh, the thesis on my watch list is basically going to be themed on the basic concept of KISS, keep it simple, stupid, right? We are anticipating a gap down tomorrow. We are going to be, or I am going to be looking for a pop back up in the market tomorrow because we have sold up so much. We have sold off so much, but I will be looking for resistance at this area around the 2516 on the future side. Okay, right now we've also broken lows right at the open. So right here, as you can see, if I draw this horizontal line across this 2500 area, you can see we have snapped that. So this would be the first resistance area. You know what? I'm just going to mark it off right now. This would be the first resistance I'm looking at right now, right? And if it pops up and through, we also have 200 SMA as well. If it pops up and through, we could test this ceiling over here before the next drop. So my thesis on it tomorrow for the market, it's basically run back up, test this area, and then late day, it's going to come crashing right back down. All right, so let's take a look at the market side of things on the SPY here. So we are anticipating a gap down, right? And as you can see, we have that double top as well. Basically, you will find this pattern on every single chart that you look at, somewhat similar here, and I will show you proof of that. So this 252 area is key that we will be watching for the market to test. And then right now, the futures is trading under this 250 area, and it's around the 249, 248s, right? So this is the first resistance. I'll be looking at it for the market to come down. If it breaks up and over, then I'm going to look for 252, right? So we know we have these two key resistance marks to look out for. Now, as I said, the KISS concept, keep it simple, stupid. Basically, you look at every single chart and you will find some sort of like the general pattern. Here's that Fed speak at 2 o'clock, right? And then we have this massive dump, and then we have this topping around here, the one top, two top. And the top that I'm looking for is this prior first top here. This is a major key resistance. So for example, this is LB. I'm going to go flip through some charts with you. Let's take a look at Facebook here. Okay, you'll probably see it a little clearer on the 5-minute chart. See this double topping action, right? I'm going to pick the higher of the tops here. Let's go through Apple as well, right? You see this double topping action right here and a little test. For example, let's go AMD, right? Because we like trading AMD. It's very apparent to see this massive top right here, and we have like a resistance zone. Let's take a look at Netflix. Okay, so Netflix chart right here, you see this resistance area. Some of these charts after hours, they're rounding back up, but the market is taking it down. or gapping down right now. So what I'll be looking for in the morning is ideally a gap down from the pre-market close, right? And I'll be looking for a pop back up. So on my watch list this evening, first up I have NVDA, and NVDA I like because of its range. I picked a few charts. Basically, they all look kind of like the same, right? And the thesis is kind of the same, but what I picked is basically charts that have kind of like a bear flag-ish type of daily chart pattern right here. So something like this on NVDA, I'm looking for something like that. And then we are getting a gap down tomorrow, so a pop back up. We have a lot of potential to test this low right here at 133. So the resistance zone I'll be looking at is 139.50, 139.75, and 140. So 3 different marks, R1, R2, R3. So there's the 50, there's that 75, and there's that 140. Okay, so I'll be looking for double topping or topping action around this area here. Okay, so that's NVDA, and my target is to bring it down to test these lows at 133.30. Okay, scrolling back, NVDA, I do like if it snaps this, well, it's already snapped, right? 137.50, if it lets go, then we have a long ways down. So NVDA. Next up, we have AMD. AMD, I'm watching this area right here, key resistance of 1850, right? So right now we're very close. It might pop up and over a little bit. We don't know yet. But since we are going to gap down tomorrow at the open, so if it gaps down under this 18, it could shoot back up. And this is the highest that I'll watch it, and I'm going to anticipate it to fail here. Now on on AMD, I really like this trend line here. Currently, the price is sitting right at the 200 SMA. Okay, and if tomorrow we get a leg down, it's going to come down to 17. If 117 breaks, we're going to get it down to 16. And I like that. I know AMD is the green-red pattern here, right? So it does have a potential to go green. But if we're going to gap down, then I'm going to wait for that pop into the 1850s area, and then hammer it back down. Watch for that double top late day. Walmart, I really like, because Walmart has a type of chart where it's coming into a key support area. It's trading a little bit under the 200 SMA here as well. So we have a lot of chart resistance, right? Looking at it right now, I mean, here is that kind of topping area. We can see it very clearly at this 90 to 91 area. Okay. And I do expect this area to hold it down. I mean, coming to the daily chart here, let's take a look. 91, even 91.25. Give it a little bit of wiggle room, right? So there, we are at the 90.50. I'm anticipating a gap down since it's so weak. And if 90 snaps, though, we are coming down to 88. Right, so it's filled this gap already. We are coming down to 88. If 90 snaps, 90 is key support. So I'm anticipating that major snap, and I want that big move down, big panic freak out. So I want to try to get in as close to resistance as possible. Walmart, I like it because the spread is tight. By the time I'll be looking to take this trade, I'm anticipating around 11:30 to noon area. So got to be really patient. Let the trade come to us. AMAT was pretty spot on last night on my watch list. Yeah, same thing. I mean, taking a look at this right now, I like the 32. I also like this 3170, even 3180 right here. Right, so we see this kind of double topping action during that Fed speak, and a pop up into a key psychological whole number of 32. On the daily chart, you see 32 right here, right on this massive buying candle, this bar right here. All right, so prior support now becomes resistance. You're gonna look for a pop up and reject, and it has room to come down to 31 and lower. I like AMAT for that, and my ideal target is $30. Okay, ATVI is going to be on my watch. ATVI has a very solid resistance that you can define as well. 4660s, I like a lot. Looking at ATVI, why did I pick this? Okay. Maybe even 47, right? Maybe even 47 on the daily chart as well. As you can see here on the daily chart, 47. But prior support now becomes resistance. I don't think it gets back up over. I think if the SPY is going to gap down, everything's going to gap down tomorrow. If it gaps down, I like to use these resistance zone. Ideally, I like to see it gap down under the 46. That would be nice. And then if it pops back up, then I'll be using this area here, 46.25. And the goal is to bring it to 45. Now, why I like ATVI is this gap right here. If 45 snaps, let's bring it to 45 here. If 45 snaps, this whole gap is basically it's gonna suck into this gap, and I like to see this gap fill. There is the potential of it panicking and coming down all the way to the 41 area. That's why I like ATVI. I mean, taking a look here, yeah. So that's my target. That's what makes it on my watch list, because it has the potential to come down so far and fill this gap, and that's what I like. And finally, GOOS, Canada GOOS, is another one of these plays where I'm anticipating a drop. Canada GOOS here, I am looking at. There's that double topping action. There's the 50 area. We are under the 200 SMA. Current resistance 49.70, as well as 49.50. I like to somewhere around here, right? You know what? It might get back up to 50. It does. It does look like it can get back up to 50 because of this major pop, right? But if it gaps down tomorrow, I'll be watching 49, right? And this is what I'm watching for, this topping action. Here's that double top I was talking about. One here, one here. So let's point that out to you guys here. One here, right? So I'll be watching the 49 if it gaps down. So I like GOOS because it's very bearish. It's the first leg of this bear flag. So I do anticipate a second leg. If it gaps down, then it's going to fill that gap a little bit and then yank around late midday. I do like it to come down to test the 46. So we have a lot of points to be had. Yeah, bring it right back down to the 46. So I like Canada GOOS for that reason. Okay, so that's basically my watch list for the evening. Before I go, I'd like to put out a mention that Christmas time is near. Trick Trades is doing a little promotion right now on all their DVDs and their trade idea scanners. It's not just trade idea scanners, it's the Savage scans. Okay, and the Savage scans are gold. They have been back tested for 6 months. They are built by one of our moderators, our head moderators, Kelvo here. And this guy is a freaking genius. So those scans, they come with VWAP slaps and VWAP bounces. They come with a badass ATM reversals, high of day reversals, and low of day reversal scans. Okay, these scans has been back tested. So if you're lazy and you don't like doing your homework, or you're just bored during the day, you don't really even have to trade off a plan. You can trade off the scans, and these scans often generate results that give 5 to 1 to 6 to 1 as well. So they are fantastic. So yeah, and as well as DVDs as well, they are on sale. So basically, this sale is going to be on for 12 days until January 1st, I believe. And once that happens, there will not ever be a discount until for a very, very long time at Trick Trades, because basically the prices might even raise. So do think about taking advantage of that. All the links to those products are in my video description. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Maybe even share my watch list, because I make this watch list freely. I do want it to be shared as well. So don't keep all the goodies to yourself, and have a great evening. See you guys all bright and early tomorrow. Ciao.